We're told the wealth gap is natural, that it's cultural, that it's about choices. But wealth in America didn't grow randomly. It was engineered through policy. In the early and mid-20th century, the United States government made a decision. Home ownership would be the engine of prosperity. Federally backed loans offered low interest rates, long terms, and minimal down payments. For millions of families, this turned rent into equity. But those benefits were not universal. Banks, developers, and the federal government worked together using risk maps. Neighborhoods were graded, not by income alone, but by race. If Black or Latino families lived there, the area was marked in red. Redlining. Loans were denied, insurance was withheld, investment stopped. At the same time, brand new suburbs were built with government support, often with explicit language stating homes could not be sold to non-white buyers. This wasn't accidental. It was policy. White families were allowed to buy appreciating assets. Black and Latino families were locked out. That single difference created two futures. As property values rose, white families accumulated equity without having to do anything except live in their homes. That equity funded college educations, business startups, emergency savings, and inheritance. Meanwhile, Black families paid rent or bought in areas designed to decline. When they did receive loans, they were often predatory, high-interest, short-term, unstable financing. Even today, millions of people each year are pushed into high-interest loans not because they are irresponsible, but because they were excluded from safer financial paths generations earlier. Then there's welfare, another system widely misunderstood. Social welfare programs in the United States were originally designed to protect white families, especially white widows and unemployed white workers. Early welfare programs often excluded agricultural and domestic labor, jobs predominantly held by Black Americans. Eligibility rules were enforced locally, allowing officials to deny aid to Black families at will. Welfare was framed as a temporary safety net, but only for certain people. Over time, as Black Americans gained access to these programs, the narrative changed. Media and political rhetoric reframed welfare as a minority problem. Images were carefully chosen, language shifted. Suddenly, the same programs once used to stabilize white households were labeled wasteful, dangerous, and immoral. The country was taught to associate poverty with race, not policy. That narrative still drives public opinion today. Cuts to welfare, housing assistance, and public services are often justified by blaming the very communities that were excluded from wealth-building opportunities in the first place. And then came infrastructure. When cities expanded, highways were routed through Black and Latino neighborhoods. Homes were seized. Communities were divided. Property values collapsed. These were not random paths. They avoided wealthy white neighborhoods. Once housing discrimination laws finally changed, the damage was already done. Property values in redlined areas were low. Schools were underfunded. Job access was limited. Moving wasn't just difficult, it was financially impossible. So when people ask why one group inherited homes and another inherited struggle, the answer isn't a mystery, it's math. One group was given access to appreciating assets. The other was denied them by design. And when you listen to modern political language about who deserves help, who works hard, who is real America, the tone isn't new. It's familiar. It echoes the same logic that built these systems in the first place, that some people are meant to be protected and others managed. Understanding this isn't about assigning personal guilt. It's about acknowledging that inequality didn't emerge naturally. It was built carefully, legally, and deliberately. And until we understand how it was built, we'll keep arguing about the symptoms while ignoring the structure underneath.